All right, this is 9.3 area using a grid mastery check. The first question asks us what the best estimation for the area of this pond is, and it also tells us that each square represents 20 square kilometers. So when we're estimating area using a grid, a good thing to do is to find a minimum area and a maximum area. So something we know that the area of the pond is bigger than and something we know that it's less than. And the way that we can do that is by counting squares that are completely inside the figure first, and that's going to be our minimum area. So when I'm looking at this pond, this square, for instance, I know is entirely inside the pond. So I can mark that as a square entirely inside. So here's another one. All of these are entirely inside the pond. I'm going to mark all of those. Okay, so I can see that the area of the pond is at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 square units. That is the minimum. The thing is, though, I know that the area is going to be more than that because, like, look at this square and this square. Together, those are going to make at least one more square. And so are, a lot of these other pieces that are kind of on the outside. So now, with a different color, I'm going to count how many pieces there are on the outside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so we could add an additional 20 on there. So max would be 34, or 14 plus 20. Now I know the area is not 34 because that would mean that all of these squares that I marked with green were completely full if we wanted an area of 34. So we know that the area is between 14 and 34 squares. So I'm just going to go with an estimate that's right about in the middle of those, which would be 24. If you wanted to actually find the average to find the middle, you could. Or you could just look at it and know that the area that the average is 24 squares. Now, my answer is not A. I'm not going to jump to that because that would be ignoring this part of the problem. This says each square represents 20 square kilometers. So if I've got 24 squares covered by that pond, I need to multiply 24 by 20 so that I can find the number of square kilometers. So that's going to give me 480 square kilometers, and that's letter C. Okay, we're going to do the same thing for problem 2. In this map of a park, each square represents 30 square yards. What's the best estimation for the area of the park? Okay, so let's count how many squares are completely inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. Okay, so the minimum here would be about 72. Let's mark with green the ones that are partially filled in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so we add 21 onto this, and that would make the max 93 if I add the 21 on. So I know I've got between 72 and 93 squares. Again, I'm going to go about right in the middle, which is about 82 square yards. But my answer is not 80 or close to 82. My answer, I have to remember that each square represents 30 square yards. So I'm going to multiply this by 30 to get my final answer. So that's going to be 2,460 yards. Now, that's not an answer choice on here, but looking at these answer choices, 30 square yards, 30 square yards, 80 square yards, this is the only one that's even close to the answer I got. And when you're estimating area, you're probably not going to get an answer that's exactly the same as one of the answer choices, and you're just going to have to choose the one that's closest to the answer you got. So we're going to choose B. All right, let's look at 3. Find the area of the trapezoid shown below if 4 squares represent 1 square foot. Okay, so let's first find how many squares are inside this trapezoid by using the formula area equals base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. Okay, so base 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 long, plus base 2 is 2 long, times the height, 1, 2, 3, divided by 2. So I've got 8 times 3 divided by 2, which is 24, divided by 2, which is 12. But 12 is not my answer. 12 square feet is not my answer because remember, it takes 4 squares to represent just 1 square foot. So I need to divide this by 4. So I'm going to do 12 divided by 4 because I need to figure out how many groups of 4 are in this 12. We know that that's 3. So it's actually 3 square feet is the area of that trapezoid. Let's look at number 4. Find the area of the triangle shown below if 2 squares represents 1 square foot. So we're going to use, first find the area of the triangle, just how many squares are inside it. So base is 1, 2, 3, 4 times height, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 times 7 divided by 2. So that's 28 divided by 2 is 14 square units. I need to divide that by 2 because if there are 14 squares but it takes 2 to represent a square foot, then I only have 7 feet squared inside my triangle.